Before the world spoke of Europe's kings, before the rise of Rome or the glory of Greece, Africa was already building empires of gold and stone, cities of scholars and warriors, civilizations that traded with Asia, explored science, and ruled through wisdom. But time, conquest, and silence buried their names. Their stories were erased from the pages of history, replaced by myths of darkness and ignorance. Yet the truth still stands, carved in stone, cast in bronze, written in the sands of time. Long before Egypt's golden age faded, a new power rose in the south, the Kingdom of Kush. Born along the banks of the Nile, Kush was the bridge between Central Africa and the ancient world. Its kings wore the crowns of Egypt. Its queens, the Candaces, led armies and ruled as equals. They built pyramids, smaller, sharper, yet standing tall against time. They wrote in hieroglyphs and worshipped gods that blended Egyptian and African faiths. For centuries, the Black Pharaohs of Kush ruled Egypt itself, proving that Africa was not a follower of civilization, but its creator. And though their temples now crumble beneath desert winds, their legacy remains, a reminder that greatness was born on African soil. As centuries passed, the light of civilization moved west to the mighty Mali Empire. Here, in the 14th century, rose one of the richest men in human history, Mansa Musa. His pilgrimage to Mecca stunned the world. He carried so much gold that markets across Arabia and Egypt collapsed from its abundance. But Mali's power wasn't just gold, it was knowledge. In the city of Timbuktu, scholars studied astronomy, medicine, mathematics, and philosophy. Libraries filled with thousands of manuscripts stood as proof of Africa's intellectual might. While Europe struggled through its dark ages, Mali was a shining star of wealth and wisdom. The deserts may have swallowed its cities, but not its glory. In southern Africa, where the land meets the sky, stands a mystery, Great Zimbabwe. A city built entirely of stone, without mortar, without iron, yet perfectly balanced. Its walls rise like echoes of a forgotten dream. For centuries, this city traded gold and ivory with India, Arabia, and China. Its craftsmen created intricate art. Its rulers commanded respect across the continent. But when European explorers found the ruins, they refused to believe Africans could have built it. They claimed it must have been made by outsiders, Arabs, Phoenicians, even aliens. The truth, however, could not be erased. Great Zimbabwe was African, proud, powerful, and brilliant. A city of kings, lost only to arrogance and time. In the rainforests of West Africa, another empire thrived, the Benin Kingdom. Its artisans were masters of bronze, casting life, history, and power into metal with unmatched perfection. The royal court was adorned with thousands of bronze plaques, each one telling a story of war, of trade, of divine kings. But in 1897, the British Army invaded. Benin City was burned to ashes, and its bronzes, its history, were stolen, scattered to museums across Europe. Those artifacts remain there to this day, silent witnesses of what was lost and of what must be returned. Benin was not a primitive kingdom. It was a center of art, diplomacy, and science, a reminder that Africa's creativity has always been eternal. After Mali's fall, the Songhai Empire rose from its shadow, stretching wider than Western Europe. From the great city of Gao, its rulers controlled vast trade networks. Gold, salt, ivory, and knowledge flowed through its lands. Songhai's army was modern, organized, and powerful. Its scholars wrote history while Europe's kingdoms fought in ignorance. But when foreign invaders brought guns to Africa's gates, Songhai's power fell. Not from weakness, but from betrayal and change. Its libraries burned, its manuscripts stolen, its name nearly forgotten. Yet even ashes cannot erase greatness. Songhai's legacy became the foundation for modern West Africa's cultural strength. Then came the age of colonization. Europe's empires arrived not to learn from Africa, but to take. They divided the land, erased borders, and silenced voices. Historians claimed Africa had no civilization, that it needed to be civilized. They looted its treasures, burned its cities, and rewrote its story in their own image. For centuries, the world believed them. But the stones, the manuscripts, the bronzes, they spoke louder than lies. They told of kings, queens, scholars, and cities. They told of an Africa that built before others even began. Today, the silence is breaking. A new generation is rediscovering the truth. Across Africa, historians, artists, and filmmakers are rewriting the narrative, not to relive the past, but to restore pride. Artifacts are being returned, ruins are being protected, and the young are learning that their ancestors built empires as grand as any on earth. The lost kingdoms are no longer lost. Their spirit lives in the streets, the music, the art, and the heartbeat of Africa itself. Africa's history was never a story of darkness. It was a story of brilliance, hidden, stolen, but never destroyed. The world may have erased the names of its empires, but truth is eternal. The stones of Kush still stand. The manuscripts of Timbuktu still whisper. The bronzes of Benin still shine. And through them, Africa speaks again. We were never lost. We were only waiting to be remembered.